Picture an educator surrounded by AI symbols, security icons, and learning tools. This is where we begin understanding how AI actually works in schools. Think of AI tools like Copilot or Gemini as incredibly smart autocomplete, predicting entire sentences instead of just the next letter. These AI tools mirror advanced autocomplete by spotting patterns in language and predicting what comes next, rather than simply searching the web. The process flows like this. The AI reads massive amounts of text, learns how words connect, understands your question, then builds a response piece by piece. Some versions can also tap into web search or your school's own documents to strengthen their answers. So what exactly is a large language model, and how does it do all this? At its core, a large language model is a program trained to spot patterns in text. Training works in cycles. Show the model examples, let it guess the next bit, give feedback, and watch it improve over months of practice. To understand how these models work, we need to talk about tokens, the building blocks of AI language processing. The AI doesn't see whole words. It breaks text into tokens, like splitting classroom into class and room or assessment into assess and meant. Working with tokens makes processing faster and keeps things consistent across different languages. Now let's look at something called the context window, which acts like the AI's short-term memory. The context window works just like human short-term memory, holding only a limited amount of information at once. When your conversation grows longer than this window, earlier parts simply drop out of view unless you bring them back. Bigger models typically have larger windows, which means they can handle longer documents and conversations. So how does the AI actually choose what to say next? It generates one token at a time, listing possibilities, applying control settings, then selecting the most helpful next piece. 3 main dials shape the output. Temperature controls creativity, top P and top K limit options, and system instructions set the tone. Where does all this knowledge come from in the first place? The model learns from a huge training data set. Books, websites, articles, code, and licensed sources, all mixed together. The model doesn't store exact copies. Instead, it internalizes patterns from everything it's read. Some systems add retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, which lets the AI look up your school's specific documents. With RAG, the AI looks up trusted documents, pulls relevant snippets, writes an answer, then cites where it found the information. This means responses can draw directly from your staff handbook, policy library, and curriculum plans, instead of the general internet. But sometimes these tools confidently make things up. Let's explore why that happens. Educators call it hallucination. Others might say confident waffle. Both mean the same thing. Vague questions, ambiguous prompts, and missing facts all push the AI toward guessing and producing inaccurate answers. To fix this, be specific in your questions, ask for sources, and use RAG to anchor responses in real documents. Another critical issue is bias, when AI answers consistently lean in ways that disadvantage people or misrepresent topics. Bias happens when answers consistently lean in a particular direction that disadvantages people or misrepresents topics. 4 main sources create bias: skewed training data, historical patterns, how you frame prompts, and even the safety rules meant to protect users. So what can educators do about bias in practice? Ask for multiple perspectives, anchor outputs to your policies, use inclusive language checklists, compare different prompts, and always apply professional judgment. Modern AI tools also include safety layers and alignment to reduce harmful content. Guardrails filter harmful requests, reduce unsafe content, and ensure the AI follows provider policies. Your IT team can add enterprise controls, set boundaries, log usage, and protect data to keep the system safe. Alignment is imperfect but improving, so staff judgment and school policy remain essential. Privacy and safeguarding are just as important as any other aspect of using AI in schools. Treat the AI model like any third-party service when it comes to data protection and privacy. Choose education or enterprise versions, keep data within your tenant, turn off training on your prompts, and supervise pupil use carefully. Getting better answers starts with something called prompt craft, writing clear instructions for the AI. A good prompt has 4 parts: state the role and goal, provide your inputs, set constraints, and specify the output format. Always finish with a quality check, asking the AI to list assumptions and flag any weak evidence. Try asking for multiple challenge levels, requesting cited guidance, or asking for plain English summaries for parents. Let's look at some practical ways teachers are using AI tools in classrooms right now. Draft lesson outlines, generate retrieval questions, translate policies, create grade exemplars, build marking rubrics, turn transcripts into minutes, or write messages for families. Before we finish, let's be clear about what AI tools cannot do. The AI recognizes patterns, but that's fundamentally different from human understanding. you provide the judgment. Watch out for fact drift. Remember, it can't replace relationships. Check for context overflow and verify any maths or data work. For those curious about what's happening under the hood, here's a simple technical overview. Neural networks are layers of maths that learn to map one token to the most likely next token. Training repeats a simple cycle billions of times. Guess the next token, compare to the real one, adjust the weights, repeat. Fine-tuning adds targeted education content. Reinforcement learning uses human feedback, and tools let the AI call calculators or search engines. You might wonder whether to use Copilot or Gemini in your school. Copilot integrates naturally with Microsoft 365, while Gemini fits Google Workspace. Both work well in their ecosystems. Data controls, available tools, and good prompting habits matter far more than which brand you choose. Here's a quick checklist staff can use before sharing AI-generated content. Did I ask for multiple perspectives? Anchor to our policies, remove personal data, check inclusive language, verify facts, and apply teacher judgment. Here's a 60-second summary. LLMs are pattern finders that break text into tokens, predict what comes next, and generate responses one small piece at a time. Finally, let's define the key terms you've heard throughout this explanation. LLM means language model, token is a text chunk, context window is short-term memory, temperature controls creativity, RAG fetches documents, hallucination means wrong guesses, and alignment means safety rules. Want to learn more? Here are some excellent resources for deeper professional development. These books on AI in education offer pathways to grow your understanding and develop your own external professional learning.